Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kieran. I like helping people using a spiritual perspective, and today guys, I wanted to help you guys by talking about why your goals might not be making you happy. Okay, so we live in a society, most of us anyway, which promises a very strong chance of success by our individual assertion towards being able to do something, being able to hold something tangible and create from it, right? And so we have this this idea within the society that once we achieve as much goals and sort of hit these marks on target, right, and do that as much as we can, as much as possible, until we're dead, I guess, then that is, to some degree, our definition of success and how best we are able to achieve it, how we can keep on going in that direction. And yet what many of us find is that we're often exhausted by the time we get there. We often seem to have missed all of the things that maybe were along the way, and that those goals themselves, once they are finally achieved, do very little to give us a sense of happiness or peace which we had previously thought they would have, right? So this idea that a goal is going to make you happy is fundamentally incorrect. And I'll give you a metaphor, as I so often love to do, about why that is the case. So let's take a very simple example that I think all of us have done in our lifetime, is a trip to the grocery store, a walking to the grocery store, for just a very grounded example, because I did this today. So I walked to the grocery store, Safeway, just in case you give a shit, and it's a nice walk. It's through a nice little part of town, and maybe it's about 2 miles. Well, the actual distance is about a mile or something, but in any case, the way that I take is like a very sort of walk, right? I go through some woods, go through some trees, etc. I make it as nice as I can, rather than just take a straight shot main road, right? So doing this, right, my goal in mind was just to go get some water, which I have right here, and some orange juice, which I have already drank. And that was it, just 2 things, right? So the idea was to go to the grocery store with a goal in mind. I had a goal to buy something, to purchase something, and to obviously retrieve those things and use them, right? So the goal was set. But what happens is that when I was walking along towards this, towards Safeway, towards the grocery store, as I noticed that there was a lot of beautiful birds out, a lot of trees, and the breeze was very nice. A couple people walking in the street, walking their dogs. The wind was nice, the temperature was nice. I saw a hawk flying around. I even saw a lizard. I don't know what he was doing. He looked pretty uncomfortable, but I saw a lizard just hanging out. So there was lots of stuff along the way to the goal, right? And it wasn't until I actually got into the store, got my water, got the orange juice, that I realized that the goal itself was ultimately completely unfulfilling. And I really was only at peace and happy because I had stopped to essentially appreciate the journey as I was going along, appreciating the life as it was being lived by me and my experience in that moment. And the goal itself was very, very simple, mundane, right? I mean, buying something, going to the grocery store. The idea here is that the goal doesn't give a shit as much, doesn't really give a shit at all, as much as you do, right? So your goal doesn't care as much about you reaching it as you do, right? So in this case, Safeway doesn't give a shit that I ever made it there. Safeway is an inanimate object, it's a corporation, and it's run by people who ultimately also don't care that I never made it there because they don't even know me. So it's run by people that don't know me. It's a corporation itself, which is an entity, which represents commercialism, materialism, food, commerce, greed, trade, etc. And so it really has nothing to do with me, right? In any real form, Safeway, the grocery store, has nothing to do with me, but yet it was my goal to go there. It was my goal to walk from my house towards the grocery store, and I did that. I completed my journey. But I've done that before without actually noticing things along the way, without caring about the birds and the bees, I suppose, respectively, because there were quite a few bees. And those times, you know, what happened is I usually didn't really, I had a worse time, right? And it's a simple goal. It's a very simple idea. I mean, nobody's really having a thrilling time grocery shopping. I personally hate grocery shopping quite a bit. I always get very overwhelmed and anxious, and I prefer to do it when there's the least amount of people possible there. And so all in all, today I had a very good day. The atmosphere was great, the walk was beautiful, the weather was outside, and every other reason that I mentioned. I had a good run today. I had a good a good walkthrough, I guess. It was a good experience is what I mean. And I felt better because of it. Now, again, back to that goal, let's take a little bit more tangible idea, right? Or not as, a little bit more, let's say, I don't know if abstract's the right idea, but a little bit more important that we might care about more than grocery shopping. So obviously something maybe like love. So we take love for an example. And when you focus so much on the goal of having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or even just getting laid, when you focus so much on that goal, what happens is that when you ultimately just get there, you feel vastly unprepared for it. And if you don't feel vastly unprepared, you feel like quite possibly you deserve someone else, or that you want someone else, and maybe that person that you passed, metaphorically that is, along that road between being single and that person that you wanted or that you have now, maybe that other person was better. Maybe you're thinking about them because you didn't really get to experience that side of things along the way, right? So the idea is like you're going from being single to having no one to having some ideal soulmate type of love with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, right? And along the way, you shut out people constantly and not dealing with anything. You're just going straight in for that. And you're just ignoring everything. You're ignoring the people, you're ignoring the different kinds of relationships, you're ignoring the different kinds of people's personalities, you're ignoring the lessons, you're ignoring all of that. You're ignoring essentially the scenery of your own life, the journey to get to that. And so when you get to that goal, it's not going to make you happy because everything that could have possibly made you happy was going to make you happy along the way. Nothing, not one goal can ever fulfill you. And this is something that I've realized fundamentally and quite painfully throughout my life, is that there has never been a goal that has ever brought me a sense of achievement of deep peace or happiness. Now, pride is one thing, right? We pride ourselves in our goals and our ability to, again, hit the mark and get things done. But pride is something that can be easily taken away, and it almost always easily does falter away given the real weight of life's dramas and consequences and feelings and emotions, right? I mean, you can have your pride about hitting a mark. For instance, I'll share a little bit about myself in the recent past. Is I completed an album and an EP, electronic playlist. So music I created. I created about 25 songs in about a month and a half. I don't know if you make music, but that's a lot of energy and a lot of time, and I did it. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. I have pride in my ability to do what I did and to make what I think is good music. But you know what happened when I was done with all that? I was spent. I spent the last 3 days in a very low vibration, very low place, very depressed, very sad, very emotional, very tired, lethargic. I didn't eat the greatest as a result of that, right? And all the kinds of symptoms of that, negative thinking, doubts, plagues, anxiety about the future, everything, because over that whole journey of making the music, my focus was more on getting the album done, getting the EP done, getting this, getting that. And I realized that all my joy came from just the physical act of making the song, not from having this sort of tangible result, right? This goal. Now, I base myself on that as pride. I'm proud of myself for doing it again. However, it did not stop. My pride did not stop the overcurrent of emotions and unresolved things that I was not dealing with along that journey. And that's just one example of that journey, right? Because obviously my life is not comprised of solely making music. It's comprised of a majority of different emotions and feelings and goals and ideas and thoughts and things like that, right? Personal relationships, emotional relationships, friendships, life goal, career, money, family, right? There's all kinds of stuff that make up a human being, just as it makes up me. So I was ignoring a part of my life. So goals will not make you happy if you're not able to give yourself something along that way. So if you're journeying throughout a particular goal in mind, whether or not that's a relationship, a career goal, something a little bit more easy, like just going, maybe a diet goal, or just going for to go to the store, to go grocery shopping. The idea is that the outcome, the destination, is not going to in any way make you happy, because that goal, again, doesn't care about you as much as you care about it. The album that I made, the EP that I made, those 26 something songs that I made, they don't give a shit about me. They're not, the songs themselves are not looking back at me through some sort of perspective of awareness and consciousness and saying to me, hey, good job, bud. Or they're not saying, hey, here's all your money. They're not saying, hey, here's a lot of recognition, right? People do that. The song itself has to be picked up by other people, but it's left my body, right? It's left my energy. It's now out there, and that's now there for other people to see. So yes, obviously, I'm proud of myself for having done it at all. I love making music. However, again, the goal is itself, the achievement, the outcome. Does not care about me. The music doesn't care about me. I care about the music. Okay, I give myself to music freely. But music does not give itself to me in that same way. It's not a tangible thing like that. It's not a human. It isn't capable of giving me back my full cup, so to speak. It's not capable of doing that. And many of your goals are not the same. Even if it is a person, if your goal is a relationship, if the idea is that when you'll be happy when you reach that goal, things will make sense, you'll be at peace. No, you won't. You will be just as fucked up as you were the entire way if you do not take some time to slow down and appreciate the different things going on. Because there are different things going on. And, you know, when you have a specific goal in mind, you know, life or your own spiritual journey isn't trying to just teach you about that one specific goal. The idea is to learn many things, to experience different things, and that will apply to different situations. And that's the beauty of metaphors. That's why I love metaphors so much, because they actually apply to different situations. They apply to all situations, right? This idea about the supermarket applies to multiple things, so that the idea about the trip to the supermarket that actually happened to me today, which actually inspired this video, is something that I can apply to any area of my life, right? So that was just one goal that teaches me about many other goals. So that's why I like metaphors, and that's why I like this example, is because it may help you realize that if you really do want to find peace, happiness, and love, some sort of joy, then try to find something today, try to find something in the now, and regardless of how far away you seem to be from your goal, whatever it is, things can change overnight. And what can't change, or what might not ever happen, is your ability to do something now about whatever it is you're experiencing. I mean, you could be in a good place, a bad place, a medium place. It doesn't matter what it is where you are, or what you want your goal to be. You can find something now that makes you appreciate where you are, because you could be dead tomorrow, in which case you don't have to worry about any of this, but you'll be dead. Or on the opposite hand, you could get your goal coming true. Like, if you knew your goal would come true tomorrow, would you relax? Right? I mean, that's the idea, right? If your goal was going to come in tomorrow, would you finally be able to relax and let go, and would you be okay? Now, the chances are you wouldn't, because that's not how life works, and that's not how our transformation works. It doesn't work as suddenly we all get it in one day. It takes many repeated steps over a course of time, some longer, some shorter, some different kinds of steps. Everybody's different. Everybody's life is unique. So the idea here, guys, in summary, is to not give so much energy to the things that you're going after, to not give so much empathy, so much care to those things, because the chances are you're going to love those things anyway, regardless. But if you can take a step back and appreciate where you are right now, something better may come along. Maybe a better goal, but ultimately a better feeling than the one that you're going to get when you do reach that aspiration of yours. And I do hope that you do reach that aspiration, but more than that, I hope that along the journey you're enjoying yourself, and even more than enjoying yourself, I hope you're enjoying who you are, because that is the purpose of all of it. Enjoy who you are, be who you are, love who you are, and you'll get there quicker, or at least it'll feel like it. Anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope it helped. Hope it wasn't too preachy, but it might have been. That is literally what I'm doing for a living, so I appreciate you guys watching. If you did, if you didn't, I guess screw you. Not really nice. I feel like I'm saying something important. In any case, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your Wednesday night, and whatever day you are enjoying while you're watching this. All right, guys, talk soon. Bye-bye.